those of you that were here on Friday, you had a task or an assignment. You had to go around and gather information pertaining to 7 of the 11.
Hello, my name is Brock Smith. I've been teaching for 23 years. I'm a secondary social studies teacher, specifically 7th grade world cultures.
Now, on Friday, there were only your set of information and the set from the previous class. As you look around the room, you can see that all of the 11 pharaohs have a substantial amount of information that's been recorded. Your task is to find a person at your desk. There's 4 of you at every desk. You will pair up with that person. Shh, quit talking. Don't predetermine. Just wait till I'm done talking. You will pair up with that person, and you will go around, and you will compare all the notes of Amenhotep IV. And as you both do this, you're going to find the 5 to 8 that appeal most to you to make the most sense. And again, if you're finding that 8 sheets have 5 or 6 things that are same, is that probably at least somewhat reliable in the sense of our classroom standing? So if you're in the woods by yourself and collecting information, probably not the right thing to do. When students actually have the opportunity to produce their own work and they're presenting out, they take a little bit more pride in it. And it seems to, may not be what exactly that I want, but they will retain something because of the engagement level. Whereas if I'm giving it to them, sometimes it's like, okay, I'm just going to write notes. Gentlemen, you're going to collect information on each of these. If you need more than 1 sheet because you write tremendously large, or you found that much information, that's what you need. It's right there. You know where you can find it. All you're going to do is go from pharaoh to pharaoh, corroborating and correlating the information that you see, putting it down on this sheet of paper, and then later, after Christmas break, we will then get together and sit here and have a day where I say, okay, here is a jar full of your names. Here's a jar of the 11 pharaohs. Mr. Hugh Guy, you've been drawn. You get to get a 1.5-minute speech on Snefru without notes. As I said, your grades will be A, B, or C. A, B, or C. The lowest grade you can get if you attempt it, and if you go up and you sit there and you do this, that's not an attempt. You must speak for about 1 minute to 1.5 minutes. You must make eye contact. You must present information that is relevant based upon everything that has been gathered and accumulated here, and you must do so in a way that convinces the audience. Okay, that's what I am expecting. Pick your partner at your table, wander around the room, collecting information, please. Go. You just have to be boldly out front. You have to tell them exactly, this is exactly what it is. You have to, here's my expectations. And in order to meet these expectations, I need this. This has to be the final goal here. And you have to, if you're saying you're going to give them 5 minutes, you have to stay on that time. I mean, you can give them a couple extra seconds that they're unaware of, like you pause the clock for a second here, but you can't give them 12 minutes in a 5-minute period because then they start to expect it.
Notice the pooling of brain power here and how it extends beyond just one class period. Letting all of your students benefit from the insights students in different classes had is a great idea. We know from research that when the audience for student work extends beyond the classroom, students do a better job.
But by the end of the whole entire thing, if you're doing it correctly, everybody's going to go through. They're going to have made a connection, and everybody's going to finally have the information there, and then you can go back and revisit. And in this particular instance, I had everybody doing it, so when you go back and you see what the gallery walk produced, you can see that the comments or the material that was repeated over and over again is the material that is going to be used later on in the presentations or in the papers or in the final product that they're going to use. So, the audience, you have one job, to be an audience. The audience is quiet, they're attentive, they're paying attention both with their body language and their eyes, and they're not making comments, they're not laughing, they're not doing anything like that. You're all aware of that. It's tough enough getting up here without people laughing and not paying attention and messing around and getting you off task. You are sitting there not staring, but just paying attention to the person in front of the room. You're going to get up here, you're going to freeze a little bit, I mean, as far as like a deer in the headlights, and it's okay. Your job is to try to pull off the ability to make people believe you know what you're talking about. Good, bad, ugly, you're going to go at least to that minute and at least to that 30 seconds. Nobody to this point has died. Some people have gotten up here and been scared, frightened, whatever. They made it through it.
Note the human lens of learning here. Mr. Smith understands many of his students are nervous about their speeches, so he's trying to calm them down. He's also changed his grading scale so every student can feel successful in their first attempt and gain some confidence. This is excellent scaffolding and consideration on Mr. Smith's part.
Some theories have stated that the Djoser ruled for 29 years, while the Tulan King said it was only 19 years.
Amenhotep IV was king in the New Kingdom, or pharaoh in the New Kingdom. He had a very chaotic reign, and it was not very organized at all. He did not know how to do very much of anything.
Ramses II was born in 1303 BC, and he died in 1212 BC. His father was Seti I.
Okay, Hatshepsut was 12 whenever she became queen. She was part of the New Kingdom. Her lover built her a pyramid.
Together, like you do 70% them presenting and then 30% you. The 30% that when you present, they really will focus in on because you don't do it all that often. It's like yelling at a kid. If you yell all the time, well, they're not going to respond anymore because they're so used to you yelling. So the kids, when they produce their own things, they're self-producing. It's them doing the heavy lifting. It's them doing the work, and they take pride in it. So they really seem to have an investment in it.
I love the skills being refined with this project, the habits of mind being instilled, the behaviors displayed, and the student-centered nature of the entire process makes this a total winner. This lesson was about so much more than pharaohs. It was about the learning and literacy skills being developed and the engagement of the students in the learning process. It takes planning and knowing what you want to get out of a lesson, but it works so well when it comes together like this.